today on 15 on 15.
The DEMA's confusion on permits and visas for timeshare owners negatively impacted the sector. Plus, it sure feels like the holidays with an airline bringing tears of joy from Canadians who are able to be home for Christmas. And we check out the hype with CrossFit. Why the craze? What's with all the passion behind this particular workout? We find out today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. A while back, tourists coming to the island, specifically timeshare owners, were being stopped upon check-in at the airport. Travel agents, namely U.S. Airways, were informing passengers they needed a permit or a visa to stay in Aruba for a certain duration of time and refused to let certain passengers on board. The president of the Timeshare Association reveals that this issue has been settled and clarified. The DEMA's confusion, where loyal Aruba visitors were being denied upon checking in to come to Aruba for a few weeks without a so-called permit or visa, made a negative impact on the timeshare industry.
It was just a matter of clarification needed because a lot of members owners with timeshare and also apartments, which would be the ones affected, who would have been here for more than 30 days, let's say, they're the ones affected. So it was a segment of even the timeshare owners, because not everybody's here for a month. But the ones who were here for a month were thinking that they would have to go to DMAS to get that clarified. It was even a point where the airlines, when we were buying the tickets to come down, wouldn't give them a ticket to visit because they were going to be here for more than a month. But like I said, that's been clarified at this point.
Mr. Osborne says DEMA's has since clarified their policy and explains the misunderstanding.
The clarification was that that particular stipulation did not apply to timeshares. It was more of a control for people coming into the country, but not necessarily for timeshares or apartments. So what was the law before still stood as it relates to the timeshare industry.
It's a good thing this issue has been resolved, seeing as the timeshare hotels ran above 90% occupancy this year, and projections show similar results for next year.
Most of the resorts, and we have our monthly at the Timeshare Association meetings, we're reporting occupancies in excess of 90% average for this year, and we look forward to the same thing next year. So we feel very, very confident that we're in good hands and everything is going pretty good for the timeshare segment.
It is important to protect Aruba's timeshare industry, seeing as it is one of the economic pillars that is stable. Wisdom is something that you learn over time. Let's hear from a sister who has devoted her life to an organization for 31 years to teach people in 130 countries the meaning of life. Sister Devki represents a nonprofit and non-governmental organization. There is more than 9,500 branches of this organization in 130 countries. Sister Devki explains their mission.
But the bottom line, the logo, the motto of this organization is, when we change, the world changes. So this is the message we are bringing across to people, that you need to start looking closely at yourself. You need to begin to understand yourself, value yourself, respect yourself, feel secure from the inside. Not when I have a specific car or a bank balance that I feel secure. What happens to that if that fails me?
Participants of Sister Devki's workshops learn that security comes from within. Security doesn't have physical or materialistic components. True self-assurance comes from values.
So security, there are 5 fundamental needs that we were talking about. Need to feel loved, to feel valued, to feel understood, to feel respect, to feel secure. And these needs can be satisfied from the outside. But nothing on the outside is a guarantee today. They may change. But what about if I feel love from the inside by spending quality time to know myself, to love myself, to respect myself, to value myself?
After leaving this workshop, the students have homework. They have to work on themselves. Recognize the fact that there is no one to blame in life or think but yourself.
So the whole idea of this workshop is allow people to start looking closely at themselves and take full responsibility for their thoughts, their feelings, their emotion, and not put the blame game on somebody else.
Glad to hear from Sister Devki, such a wise woman. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Canadians get into the season of giving after the break.
We have an announcement.
Welcome back from the break. 'Tis the season to give. The holidays are a time to reflect, but more importantly, it is a time to give generously. It is especially great when big companies give back, since they have the capability to do grand gestures. Last year, around this time, 15 on 15 featured WestJet asking passengers on a flight what they wanted for Christmas. The requests ranged from flat screen TVs to socks. All wishes were granted. This year, it's Air Canada's turn. The airline lets a few more people go home for Christmas.
Are you Canadians or?
Yeah, we're both Canadian.
Oh, you miss things, yeah?
What do you miss?
The Habs?
Were you going back for the holidays?
You just couldn't budget it.
My mom is like really sad that I'm here.
It'll be hard because it'll just be the four of us, and we're used to about 25 people. So my son is very sad that we're not going home. But
We have an announcement. We have an announcement.
Because we are in the holiday season, I'd like to take this occasion to offer everybody here present this evening around. But.
There's more to the story. When we say around, we mean round trip tickets for everyone to go back to Canada for the holiday season.
My husband's sister is pregnant, and so we're gonna get to see her. And,
We told you. It doesn't matter.
now we are.
I think they're going home now.
Oh, you go see my sister.
What a wonderful message. Let's take a break. This is what's coming up next. CrossFit creates a community. Say goodbye to solo gym sessions. CrossFit. I'm sure you've heard of it. It is a workout craze on the island and in many other parts of the world. Today we find out how people can be so passionate about a sweat session. Dorshan Salmon stopped by CrossFit Muscles and Lungs to check out the new way to get your body in tip-top shape. Javier Erasmus, a CrossFit head coach, says this type of workout incorporates various elements into one session.
CrossFit in general is the way of training the way of function movements is very, very old. What makes it different from everything, the combination of how they combine everything together in one. All right, what do I mean by combining everything in one? It's like when they put gymnastics, weightlifting, Olympic lifting, some cardio section, everything together, and the combination that we do every day is something different. That's what's so new to CrossFit that's making it so popular.
CrossFit pushes people to their limits. The great thing about it is that you don't challenge yourself alone. The people around you help and encourage you to succeed. Those who join CrossFit aren't just members of a gym, they become part of a community.
Why such train on the island? For the first thing, you're gonna be competing with yourself, so you're learning things that you never do or you never did in your life. For example, you're challenging yourself, you're going in your uncomfort zone, and by going on your comfort zone, you're making your life a better life, a healthier lifestyle. You're working to progress, to make yourself better. So that's why it's so popular around everywhere you will go in the world. Why is that? Because you work in a community-wise. Everybody's supporting each other. And we go out together, we do stuff together, not inside the box, but everywhere. If we go out, we go to the movies together, we go out together.
There are variations to how vigorous a CrossFit workout can be. The type of training assigned depends on the individual's fitness level. But one thing is for sure, the workouts will get harder and harder as you build endurance and condition.
Vigorous training depending on your fitness level, for example. So if you're just a starter, you just want to start CrossFit, you never do something in your life, we're going to take it very, very single, very easy with you. We're going to teach you all the fundamental movements, like all the elements, how you're going to be doing this CrossFit thing, how you're going to be doing gymnastics, how you're going to be doing some weightlifting. So we're going to teach you basically everything slowly. But depending again on your fitness level, the more fitness you are, the more you get it, the more vigorous it's going to become, because the more you want to learn, the more you want to compete yourself on becoming better. So there's never it's never going to end without learning something new. So you're going to always keep learning something new and keep learning something new ever.
You can have results or excuses, not both. For 15 on 15, I am Dorshan Salmon.
Thanks, Dorshan. One of the most interesting aspects of CrossFit, I think, is the fact that you are fighting and training as a union. It's definitely not a solo gym session. Thanks for being with us today. We'll be back here on Monday night with a brand new edition of 15 on 15, so we'll see you then.